In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the front passenger side engine mount on your Honda Pilot. Let's get started. Remove the 10mm bolt for the windshield washer reservoir. Remove the coolant overflow bottle. It's sitting in a metal bracket, and the line is going to be in a plastic stay. Remove the line out of that stay. I'm going to drag this over. We're going to push up on these two tabs and then pull the cover towards us and remove the cover for the ECM. We're going to pull up on the power steering reservoir, pull it out of the bracket. I'm going to slide this up and out of our way. Using a jack and a piece of wood, we're going to jack up on the oil pan just slightly. Using a 17mm socket, remove the bolt that's going through the middle of the motor mount. Remove the bolt. Using a 14mm socket, we're going to loosen the bolts going to the engine bracket of the engine mount. Remove the bolts. I'm going to remove the intermediate bracket for the engine mount. Using a 14mm socket, we're going to remove the two bolts out of the bottom of the engine mount. Remove the front bolt. Do the same thing on the back side. We're going to pull this metal line out of its plastic stays. There's one right next to the power steering reservoir. The next one is in the back here. We're going to pop that line out, and that's going to give us some movement in it. Putting our extensions behind the ECU, we're going to go straight down and find the 14mm bolt. Remove the harness off of the engine mount, push this tab up, and pull the plastic clip off. There's going to be one more of these located on the back. Remove the engine mount. I'm going to use a large pair of pliers to hold the engine mount assembly while I remove the 14mm bolt for the bracket on top. Remove the bolt and the bracket, and we'll swap this over to the new assembly. Install the bracket on the mount and get the bolt started. Snug it down. Install the engine mount into the car. Line up the bolt holes on the bottom. Using a magnet, I'm going to install the bolt in the back. Torque the engine mount bolts to 28 foot-pounds. Drop the intermediate bracket down that goes from the mount to the engine, and then we'll get the bolt started for that. Install the bolt through the middle of the mount. Get the bolt and the bracket started. And our mount will sit in this position. I'm going to snug that bolt down. Snug down the two top motor mount bolts. Torque the top engine bolts to 32 foot-pounds. Torque the center engine mount bolt to 40 foot-pounds. Install the harness stay onto the bracket. Should click on, you can push back and make sure it's locked on. And do the same thing on the back one. Install the metal line into the bracket. Do the same thing on the front. Install the cover for the ECM. There's a tab on bottom that's going to sit in a bracket. Make sure that's sitting in there, and then push the top two tabs in and lock it down. Install the power steering pump reservoir into the bracket. Grab the coolant bottle and install it into the bracket. And then install the hose into the front bracket. Install the 10mm bolt for the windshield washer reservoir. Snug the bolt down. Lower the jack and remove it from the vehicle.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.